again, I am Blunty and I am on an 11-hour train journey from Sydney to Melbourne instead of taking the 90-minute flight. Why? Well, REM, you know REM, they're the crafty crew of Canadians who are responsible for the nifty little BlackBerry devices. Well, they came to me and they asked me if I'd like to check out their brand new device, the BlackBerry Playbook, a nifty little 7-inch tablet. So naturally, me being a big gadget and all, I was all like, yeah, sure, you betcha. So I nicked one from their office and now I'm on a train with nothing else to do for 11 hours but explore what this little bugger can do. So welcome to Blunty's Fantabulous Playbook journey. So why a train? Why am I on this piece of 19th century technology instead of being on a nice quick plane down to Melbourne? Well, I guess in this instance the travel is more about the journey than getting to the destination, because the whole idea was to sit on the train and play with this thing and figure out if it's any good or not. So first things first, I guess. Let's have a look at the hardware itself. This was just an atrocious idea, trying to make a video on a train and the sunlight keeps changing and the train's going through the curvy tracks and the position of the light's always changing and now it's directly behind me going floop, floop, floop through the trees and it's just a horrible idea. Anyway, the first thing I noticed about it, besides it feeling very solid, was the feel of this back. It's a very sort of soft, almost velvety texture. It's not the shiny plastic, so it's not going to pick up fingerprints and look awful all of the time and have you constantly wiping it down like some sort of, you know, obsessive compulsive neat freak or anything like that. It feels really nice. The word I used to describe it when I first picked it up was it feels luxurious. You know, it doesn't feel expensive, but it feels just kind of classy, kind of pleasant to hold. Very, very nice. Right at the top here, you've got a couple of volume buttons and a play pause hardware. Tell you what, why don't we move this camera? Really should have thought this plan through a little bit better. This moving train sunlight thing, it's a nightmare. Anyway, back to the, enough of me moaning about how difficult it is to make this video. Back to the Playbook. Up the top here, you've got volume buttons, and in the middle there a hardware play pause button and a little power button down here as well. On the back up the top you've also got a 5-megapixel stills camera. It will do 1080p video as well, and around on the front you've got another camera, which if I can get the light to catch it there, it's a 3-megapixel one, and the front one will also do 1080p video. So you've got high-def video back and front, which I think I'm right in saying that no other tablet device on the market can do that, which is kind of ridiculous. So thanks to BlackBerry for actually thinking of that, you know, people like me sometimes want to shoot ourselves in the face and we like to be able to see ourselves when we shoot ourselves in the face with it. Actually, let me give you a little demo. Let's, where are we here? We'll load up the camera. I mean, sure, it's not spectacular, amazing high-def video, but, you know, it is 1080p and it is a lot better than the front-facing camera on another fruit-themed tablet device, which I won't mention by name. Now, of course, this is hard to sort of translate through video, but the screen is beautiful. It's lovely. It's very bright, very crisp, very colourful. The colours are wonderful, contrasty colours, and it's just a very, very pleasant screen to look at. You may have also heard about the bridge mode for the Playbook as well. Bridge mode basically connects your BlackBerry handset to your BlackBerry Playbook. And it's not just a simple sort of tethering. It's not Wi-Fi hotspot tethering. I mean, you can connect this up to any phone that does Wi-Fi hotspot tethering, if you like. That's easy enough, whether it be Android, whether it be the iPhone or whatever. Simple. But if you happen to have a BlackBerry handset as well, you can use the BlackBerry Bridge software, which not only shares the internet connection from your phone, but shares your files on there across as well, shares your email, shares a whole bunch of settings automatically and seamlessly and with absolutely painlessly communicating between the two devices. So the stuff you have on here is available on here really, really easily, and it's beautifully simple. Now, one of the other really nifty things is the way it multitasks here. So you've got all your running processes sort of up in this little top tab here. You can get to your favorite programs down here. You can swipe up to get to all your programs there. It's really fluid and elegant and lovely. And look, we've still got the camera running there and it's running full multitasking there, so that's easy. Or we can just swipe fair across it to load up different your currently running processes. Or swipe down, you get some options, and that depends on what you're running, what options come up. You swipe in from the corner and you can bring up a little all your settings, and you bring up little tab bar there with your battery information, your Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff on there. And if you swipe in from the corner here, you get a keyboard come up. Well, you're keeping a close eye on what I was doing there because something interesting was going on. See, the bezel around the edge of the device, that itself is part of the touch-sensitive screen. The bezel is touch-sensitive, so you can do a whole bunch of nifty tricks without having to have any hardware buttons at all. You can do it all from the bezel itself, and that includes sort of multitasking and sort of bringing up context menus and bringing up your application lists and all that sort of stuff. You can do it really, really naturally from the bezel itself and sort of bring up a bunch of options, and it's really natural, really quick, really smooth, really elegant, and I love it. It's awesome. And one of the other fancy little tricks of that touch-sensitive bezel is I can swipe across the entire device to wake it up from sleep. I don't even have to find that button. I can just go whoosh, boom, it wakes up and I'm ready to go. Brilliant. And you can scroll through your programs here and you go, you know what, no, I want to close that browser window and I want to close that camera. You just flick them up to the top of the screen. It's a lot of fun to do. I found myself just opening and closing things just to go, boom, goodbye, you're out of there. But anyway, I've actually got to do something useful with this now because when I started this trip, my intent was to do the entire trip on the BlackBerry Playbook. But I ran into a bit of a wall because you can't actually book these first-class cabins through the internet side of the train service. So I actually called them up on the telephone and do it, which seems sort of really old-fashioned, but kind of suiting, I guess, because the train is a very old-fashioned mode of transport. So not being able to book any ticket you like online makes a sort of perverse sense. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start up some music. So I'm going to load up my music player here. I've put a few songs on. Let's get some Pink Floyd going. I need to load up my browser here, and I'm going to find a hotel in Melbourne, and I'm going to book a flight back because.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up! I'm in the middle of a video here, dude.
Would you kindly empty any
I
rubbish
don't care about your Devonshire teas.
and bring the tray with you to when you visit the
I can't tell you, it was just an astonishingly poor idea to try and do this on a train. Interruptions, bad lighting, and it's just a massive pain in the ass. However, listen, those speakers are great, loud and crisp and good out of bass, and the speakers are actually mounted on the front of the device here, not round the side, not round the back, so you get the sound pumping straight at your face in stereo. Somebody was paying attention when they designed this thing. Somebody at REM went, you know what? Let's learn from the mistakes the other guys did and make something that works the way people want it to work, hey? Let's do that. Anyway, I'm going to find a hotel and book a flight back home, and see you in the next video.